Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chat19. This is a podcasty style thingamajig featuring players that you love from Nat19. Here we're going to be delving into some of your most burning questions you've submitted using the hashtag Chat19 as the hashtag, hashtag Chatnat19 as the hashtag Chat19 was already taken by a restaurant in New York. My name is Chase. You might know me from my work on the Schmuck Squad or something witty, or as Zubagerman that one time. I am joined today by some lovely, lovely people. So how about you guys introduce yourselves and a little bit of info on who you play and what they're about?
Brad, you go first.
Oh gosh, okay. Hi, I'm Breaderson. I'm a voice actor for multiple projects of things and places and doodads. You might know me on Vestige as Fenris Selberon, which is the Time Cleric Shadow Fae. He's on a mission. Let's cure amnesis.
Let's do it!
Heck yeah.
Okay, now Carrie.
Okay, hi, I'm Bubble Monkey X, or Carrie. I do a whole bunch of stuff with something witty. Probably know me as the voice Asuna.
And Asuna Abridged.
And Asuna Abridged, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm playing Lexi Hendricks in Vestige, and she's wonderful. She's an arcane trickster rogue, and she's a Kitsadria, a special race created by Logan. And I love her.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Okay.
Heck yeah.
So we have a bunch of questions that were submitted using the hashtag, and we've also come up with our own, and some of the questions we've taken inspiration from to make our own thing. So we have all sorts of different things that we're going to be sending. So some of these are directly taken from Twitter, others are slightly altered. If you hear a question that sounded like yours, it probably was. So here is our first question.
Now I'm scared.
Is Lexi x Fenris a possibility shippers could get their hopes up for? And do you prefer Fexi or Lenris?
Oh, I feel like any ships are possible.
Oh, for sure. This game in particular is so ambiguous with the shipping.
Dude, but it fucking hurts because I set myself a challenge.
Yeah, Carrie set her up. I can set yourself up for failure.
I know.
I said
dude.
I might not ship, which is a lie, but I said I might not, so they gave me the potential. You did definite terms.
Dude, I was like, never again, because shipping was such a huge part of the last game, and also Incinerator. It was such a fucking huge thing for both of my characters that I was just like, no, never again. Y'all can't have Lexi. Fucking, nah, you can't get her. And then fucking, they all saw that as a challenge, and I'm like, fucking come at her, dude. Look at her. Look at how beautiful she is, and you can't have her. But now, I like shipping, and maybe who's to say?
Honestly.
I mean, if anyone can seduce me, it's bread. That's all I'm saying.
I didn't know that. Oh my.
Also, the ship name, what were they?
Fexi and Lenris.
I like Fexi better.
Yeah, it's like Fexi or lentil soup. Fexi's much better.
You have foolishly put yourself in a gilded cage that says everyone stay away, but then now you see out of this cage and everyone's so beautiful.
Yeah,
you can't get to
literally. Damn everyone for making attractive characters. That's all I have to say.
I hate it. And dude, especially because fucking I love Vogan so much, and I'm like, I can't. Not again. Not with Spencer. It's just predictable as shit. Spencer. Never again. Fuck off.
It's a good time.
Okay.
They're all attractive. Damn them all the heck.
Dude, they're all real hot though. That's also the upsetting thing.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And they all have their ups and downs. We're talking too much about the boys.
It's true.
Speaking of the girls.
Oh,
yeah.
How did Lexi and Fenris become such good friends? Follow-up question. What is Lexi's very favorite food? Also, the question that was in Twitter said that we already know Fenris's favorite food, but I am not a part of we, as I do not watch the show. So for those of us who don't know whoever that may be, what is Fenris's favorite food as well as Lexi's favorite food?
Should we start with the foods? Because I feel like that's a shorter answer.
That's a shorter answer, yes. Go.
Fenris likes stew a lot. Stew
It's
is her
true.
ish.
Lexi is not a fan of stew, but she will eat Fenris's. Her favorite food is strawberry.
Mhm.
I know. Which we
Like-
found like once the entirety of game. Like I
And
keep
then we had
asking.
like a deep conversation about it.
Mhm, like,
where everyone
oh
was
my
like,
God.
yo, why don't you eat stew? You should eat nutritious things, Lexi.
Her answer's always just blah.
Okay,
it's
but
good,
like,
Cam.
to clarify, raw strawberry as is, or like prepared strawberry-based foods?
Oh no, like raw strawberry, like just straight up the fruit.
I've made you mashed berries today.
Blah! No.
You've tainted my glorious berries.
It's warm. It's warm. Why is it warm?
You've ruined them.
Don't worry.
Oh.
Fenris would never do that to Lexi.
Because they're
She knows.
such good friends, and how did they become such good friends?
Oh, look at you hosting like a pro.
Wow. Hell yeah.
Hmm.
So
So like Lexi broke into the Temple of Tequin because she was looking to scavenge a whole bunch of stuff and potentially stay there for like a little bit. Because yeah, she was like all on her own. And then she got caught. I can't remember the name of the guy who caught her. Yeah. Somewhere in my
have
notes.
it.
Crap. Logan's gonna be so disappointed in his
Damn us.
damn as hell.
I can't say his name. Kevesifer?
We'll go with that, yeah.
Kevesifer. It's almost like Kevin, which is another thing we'll get to.
That's another thing. But yeah, she got caught by that guy and he was like, okay, you can stay if you like help out around the temple. And Lexi was like, okay, I can do that. And like then like Fenris like took an interest in her, right?
Yeah, heckin' partly because the priest who brought Lexi in is the same person who inducted Fenris into the church. And so, and also because Lexi was doing like janitor work, Fenris kind of felt bad, and also was like, so there's a fox now. What's your? I've never seen your kind. What is this?
She's like sweeping with her tail, and it's like, no, what are you doing?
You're getting your tail. Do you need help?
Nothing.
Freaking Fenris is just extremely curious about things she doesn't know, and so they started talking, and now they're pretty dang good friends.
They're Toad's best friends.
Yes!
Which is wonderful, because Lexi's only ever had one other friend her whole life, so it's super special that she's friends with Fenris.
That's true, and we need to find him.
What,
That would be Kevin.
What do you think, like, your favorite trait about the other person is in regard to Lexi and Fenris?
Her big old heart. She cares so much about everyone. Like, oh my gosh. Like, really. I mean, she's a cleric. Of course she cares about everybody, but geez. She's so heckin' caring. And like
Lexi?
the mission she's on is to like cure amnesis. Like, Jesus Christ.
It's
What a
true.
good girl.
She did pick like a pretty big thing. I think what I love about Lexi so much is she doesn't have a break. Like, the moment a question occurs to her, it's out of her mouth, it's out there, and people shall answer. And I think that adds to, like, a lot of the interesting parts of roleplay, because someone will say something that maybe the group won't agree with, and other people won't say anything yet, and then Lexi's like, that's stupid. Or it's like, why would you do that?
She's very much a why girl.
Yeah.
Like,
But
Jesus
why?
Christ.
But
like, why?
For what, though?
Oh, that's super sweet. Thank you, Red.
No, I love it. It's a heckin' good time.
Hell yeah.
Other follow-up question I have, because it's been mentioned a couple times, and for people who might not know, what is amnesis?
I have this written down. Amnesis is a disease that has attacked the lands, which makes people sick, and they eventually lose their memories and they're distorted. It comes in a fog that comes from down below, and it's a magic disease, so it's not easily cured. or not cured at all, and it
Yeah.
basically hollows the person out and turns them into someone who's aggressive.
It's real heckin' sad.
It's
That sounds
scary.
fucking sad.
It's terrifying.
Hell yeah. And to keep with the tone of terrifying questions,
Excellent.
Oh no.
if Lexi can transform her appearance, could or would she turn herself into a different form of herself? Perhaps a Lexi with 2 heads, Lexi with 4 arms, or Lexi with 9 or more tails.
Thanks, I hate it. Oh,
I
no.
love it. I don't know if I can do that because it's pretty much like she uses her disguised self to like get rid of her fox ears and her tail and stuff like that, so she can look like a normal person, so that she won't, be hunted down.
Yeah.
I know that with disguised self, I can change like my height by like a foot, but I don't know if I could fucking grow extra limbs. That would be so good, though.
That would be so strange.
Okay.
Oh.
Assuming
Mhm.
that you could,
Mhm.
what would you do with that?
Oh
What
my
eldritch
God.
abomination would you
What
turn
would
yourself into?
Lexi do? Because I feel like Carrie might do different things with this ability than Lexi. And I feel like that is worth the distinction.
Ridiculous. Oh, I feel like Lexi would very much enjoy having like a secret third arm, like in the back, and then she would like hug people and then surprise them with a pat from the third arm, like so she just freak people out.
That's
That's
so
a
wholesome
very
and
good time.
disgusting.
Oh, that is a very good time.
Yeah.
So speaking of form altering based things for Lexi, follow-up question for Lexi. Which form does Lexi prefer being in most of the time, fox or human?
That's a heckin' hard one. Yeah, because like I don't know if we've said it on stream. So Kitsadria backstory. Kitsadria are born in their little foxy forms, and they don't become people until like puberty. So she spent like a good chunk of time only being able to be a fox. Yeah. I don't know which one she prefers. Like when she's in fox form, she's a lot like kind of sillier because it's very much like we're going for walks and we're doing silly fox things. So yeah. Whereas when she's a people, she's got to talk and plan and do all that kind of stuff. So maybe a fox, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it feels a little more freeing to fox form.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. That's totally fair. Okay. I got a heckin' Fenris question.
Hey.
So Fenris, you wouldn't marry him. You going for a casual thing, or you think it'd be something more?
This question won't make sense to you, Coffin, but I'll ask the
but I'm
viewers. Have
waggling
you
my
met
eyebrows.
Miriam? Have you met It'll be casual, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
And also,
I think
have you
that
met
we need to
Fenris, but-
explain a little bit about what Miriam's like to chase. Like, I
Ah,
feel like
yes.
Tell me about this individual.
So Miriam's a bard.
Okay. All right. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
I was thinking Carrie was gonna help me out of this.
Oh no, I can totally help you. I was just waiting for Jace to be like, "Enough said. I understand."
No, I'm prying. I'm absolutely prying. Go on.
Well, he's played by Aaron, and Aaron's got his "I'm a seduce ya" shoes on, so that's not a good time. He's, oh my god, he's fucking working out, especially with Fenris. He'll occasionally like wink and say suggestive things to Lexi, but he is gunning for Fenris.
Yeah, I think it's also because he gets the vibes from Lexi that's not something he probably has a good chance at. Because Lexi's very, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
About pretty much anything in that aspect. And Fenris just proceeds to get flustered.
It's so cute. I love it.
But knowing both of them, if anything does happen, it will probably be casual.
Okay. So, like, thank you for describing who Miriam is and why you won't marry him.
Ha!
Important.
Appreciate
We make
that.
that joke fucking constantly. It's bullshit. Miriam, I barely know.
Got him.
Wah, 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 wah.
Next question is for Lexi.
Hell
Damn it.
Lexi, what is your overall impression of Scandal, And do you think she's one of the Kitsadria you're looking for?
Yeah. Lexi does not like Scandal, like, at all. She's a big old butthole.
Could you elaborate on what kind of butthole she is, for those who may not know?
for people definitely not me who don't know. So Lexi's only ever seen one other Kitsadria, and it's Kevin. And he's like her best friend, and he's unbelievably sweet. But she was told that there would possibly be other Kitsadria in Retia, where like we're like exploring right now. And potentially, some of the other Kitsadria could be her siblings. So she's looking for her siblings.
Okay.
So any Kitsadria she comes across, she wants them to be nice because there's the hope that they could be her siblings and it would be heckin' nice. But Scandal showed up. I mean, like, we found her in like a forest. She was in fox form and it was a good time. But then she turned into her people form, and then Murkwire showed up and we got fucking wrecked, man.
Murkwire's the big bad as of current.
Yeah, he's our big
bad. He wrecked our shit good.
Real good. I'm talking one hit down, fucked up. Like, oof.
It was not a good time.
Yeah.
So, for those who may not know, what is Murkwire's kind of agenda as far as you guys are aware?
He's turning Messite, which can manipulate the amniosis disease, and he's using it as a military weapon. And it's no bueno, and especially Fenris is like, but fuck that, though.
Totally fair.
Not a fan.
That makes sense.
0 out of 10.
So, other clarification question. For Lexi's backstory, why would you be unable to identify one of your siblings?
Because they were taken away at a very young age. Pretty much at birth, I was separated from them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you know?
So I don't know
the mechanism for this separation. Like, how or why were they separated?
That's some secret backstory stuff, and I don't know if I want to say it right
Spoilers
now.
is totally fine as an answer.
Cool. Yeah.
Spoilers
I know,
is okay.
Debating if I want to say or not.
So, okay. For now, assuming that you don't, because I would like to make it an organic reveal for everybody if possible.
Heck yeah.
What did Lexi do after she was separated? Like, what's her kind of overall thing? She like fend for herself, or did she get raised by anybody, or like what was her deal?
She was raised by an organization.
Okay. More spoilers, I'm guessing?
A little bit.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay.
Things may have been slightly revealed in our last session, which would have been session 12, right, Brad?
Yay.
12, yeah. So, yeah. A certain organization may have been mentioned, and Lexi may have lied about some stuff.
Wow! Okay. I've realized. Oh, you're shitty. That's alright. We love you, Carrie.
So he wasn't supposed to be talking about that shit. Damn.
You right.
It's a secret. But yeah,
fine answer. You tip your hand as much as you want to tip it.
I know. I'm fully tipping my hand. But yeah, that's probably gonna come out in game, unless a boy decides to stay dead. And if he does, then it might never come out in game. So there you go. Who's to say?
Speaking of backstory kind of things, Fenris, prior to becoming part of the Temple of Tequin, what was your life like?
Oh boy, not good. Next question. No, I'm kidding.
Moving on.
Spoilers, but I just don't wanna.
No. This stuff is pretty much common knowledge. So up until Fenris was 21, she lived with her parents. And she had a pretty normal childhood / I guess young adult, if you'd consider that for an elf, because I know they age up.
Just
like
so Chase knows how
Yeah.
long ago this was. Let him know
Yeah.
how old Fenris is now.
So
Mhm.
Fenris is 179 years old.
Okay, all right.
And so this is
Bit
way
ago.
back when she was 21. So she
Mhm.
had a pretty normal, what I would call childhood for an elf. And then there was a political scandal which involved basically. Oh, this is a complicated thing to talk about.
I was gonna say this is a lot of big
I am
backstory
super
stuff.
okay with you just going into all of that because I know I don't know about it, and I'm sure there'd be a lot of people that would love to have it kind of described by you.
Hell yeah, do it, girl. You can do it. I have faith in you.
Basically, there was I might get things. We'll see how this goes. There was the Pulverian Fellowship that was taking place, which was an agreement that was going on, and then the Centennial Tyrant, which is part of the Hellrock Army, which was where all the hobgoblins and stuff were coming from, attacked that meeting, and because of this and because of the scandal, there was a extreme bias against elves in Retia, and so basically there was a extreme shift where once they were accepted, and that was basically her childhood, and then all of a sudden there was this extreme negative emotion invoked in people seeing her. And so that went on for a while, around like 30 more years, and then you had to get registered to these accords, basically registering that you were an elf, this was what was going on, did you have magic, all that good stuff. Like, you had to be registered so that they knew who you were and why, and if you weren't, you'd be tracked down. And basically through a series of spoilery events, Fenris found herself alone, and 50 years after that, she found out that her parents had never registered their family, and she was hunted in these Palverian witch hunts, where basically people were being tracked down, killed, hunted down, just because they weren't registered and they were elves. And basically magical creatures, if I remember correctly. Just, it was not a good time for elves. And so she had to go and run away and avoid all of these terrible acts of violence and discrimination that were going on. And she eventually found herself seeking sanctuary at the Church of Tequin, the temple, and was inducted by the priest who brought Lexi in. And basically, it was a deal of if she pledged herself as a cleric, she would be safe. And so she did that, and over time she fell in love with it, and that's how she became a cleric.
Okay.
That's heckin' wonderful. I love it.
It was
I got a follow-up question.
rough time. Yeah, bring it.
How has the systematic discrimination of elves affected Fenris? How does she feel now compared to when it was happening? And as you did just answer it, that it more or less led to your worship of Tequin.
Yeah.
But how has that kind of affected her? How does that hit her?
Well, one big thing for Fenris was during these attacks, she was at one point captured, and during the struggle that led to her being released, she lost her horn. Her horn basically fell off, like it came off in the conflict, and because of that, it's a constant reminder of this giant hate crime that happened. And for her, it's a reminder that she's not the same as everyone else. That she went through this and she never can be what like her place, like as a lady or a woman. It's weird. It's like as
That's
a woman,
so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that all that bad shit happened to her and she still cares so much about people. Like, fuck, man, that's amazing.
She's had time. I will say she's 179 years old. Back then, she was so angry. She was so frustrated and hated a lot of different types of people. Like, I said this to Spencer when Fenris first discovered that Vogan was a hobgoblin. I said, dude, if this was like 50 to 60 years ago, she would have been pissed. Like, no, like, she hated so many different types of people, and she really couldn't stand people who exuded kindness, which is part of why she has a conflict with Quintus when he's constantly trying to help people.
Just everyone, like me.
Yeah, and it hurts her because she's seen people die because of people who love them. Like, in my, people killed their loved ones to prevent them going through this horrible time period. Elves were killed by people they loved, people they hated. Like, for her, just seeing that kindness and that, like, here, I'll come help you no matter what, irks her a little bit still. And so she's grown a lot since then. She's forgiven. Like, Vogan's 19. She has no right to hold him accountable for anything the hobgoblins did back then. And so she's come a long way, but I guess she also sees a lot of her anger in him, so she's like,
Could to dig a little deeper on that?
Sure.
With this sort of hurt that is deep inside of Fenris that she's coming to terms with and learning to forgive and all that, do you think it was at one point more misplaced toward, like, do you think that she felt more hatred towards people as a whole that would, like, betray or otherwise hurt elves, or would she have been more frustrated at the inciting incident, like towards hobgoblins and everything about that?
I think it's people who can do something like that, because to her, she can't even imagine. Like, now she kills for the necessity of getting the people she loves to where they need to be. But what happened with the elves had no purpose. It was an incident that changed her entire world that she doesn't understand. And so when people do things that have such an innate cruelty to them and a sense of evil to them, she just can't wrap her head around it. Like, that's why Murkwire. Like, why would you ever make amnesis a weapon? I mean, it's a great idea tactically, but, like, that's a level of hecked up she will never reach. Hopefully.
No. Who's to say? There's a lot of game to go.
I assume not.
With that level of hecked up as a statement, it sounds like there were levels of hecked up that you got to over this period. Would you say that's true?
I would have to assume, because Fenris is a cleric, yes, but in game she's shown physical prowess, and like, statistically she has a +3 in strength, but a lot of the time she's a frontline fighter along with being support. And I think that's because she had to fight back so much. It turned from fighting back to just fighting to finding herself and realizing she can't be doing that.
Do you think there was ever a time, based on these events, that she would have prayed to Quinn for forgiveness?
Yeah. That was probably mostly how she got into becoming a cleric. Like, at first she promised to be a cleric to get food, sanctuary, be safe. Like, no one could touch her when she was being sanctuaried. But over time, and seeing, because Quinn is these twin gods that worship the arts and worship people who do art in all forms. And I think through art, you see a lot of love and emotion. And I think that really touched her. And that caused that change in her, that she wanted to be better.
Would you say that forgiveness and helping others is like an art form that she pursues, or does she have like other outlets that she uses to worship to Quinn?
She is very much a person of memories. She clings on to good memories, like that is her most important thing. That's why amnesis is both her enemy and her biggest fear.
Oh.
And so through remembering people and remembering the fond things about them, and, forgiveness as well, those are her types of prayer, remembering the good times.
Do you know, or does Fenris know, if her parents that didn't sign them up for this whole thing, does she know if they're still out there, or does she?
She has no clue.
Okay.
Oh no.
I don't know if she particularly cares. I know that's kind of heartless to say. It's been so long that she... Because I'll backstory, they left. They disappeared one day, and they left her a note. I won't share what's on the note, but it's basically...
I wanted to know.
Girl.
You'll
find out one day.
Hell yeah.
But this letter they left her had a phrase that for years she never understood. And then finally, when reaching the Temple of Tequin and praying for forgiveness, she got. And now that's a huge part of her
amazing.
mentality.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's a very, very good time. Thank you for sharing all that.
Oh my god! Don't
Fred,
thank me.
so
Thank
good.
Logan. Logan's the one who I worked all of this on.
Yeah, but you did it together though. Like he figured out like backstory and who Tequin was and stuff like that, and you figured out what all that stuff means to Fenris. Like, oh my god, you're so good at character stuff, Brad. It's bullshit. How dare you?
Gee.
So, this next question is left intentionally vague to kind of let you claim spoilers where you need to. But Lexi, if you were to receive a sending spell from the person you want to talk to most in the world, what would you respond to the spell with if you only had 25 words?
Lexi,
oh my god.
Got him.
Got him! Don't even need that spell. Oh my god.
Wow.
Sending's the one that they can't respond to.
No, you can't.
Right?
Message is the one that they can't.
No, but I mean, like, if I say something to them, they can't say something back.
Correct. They would have sent the initial message, so they would have probably, let's say it's wordless for right now. You just know that it's them. And you can respond back with up to 25 words.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Fuck. That's a whole fucking thing. It's 25 words. Okay, well, Lexi's fucking... She'd be super logical about it and be like, this is where I am. So she would be like, I am the place. Meet me there. So that's like 6.
Yes, cool. Do the math, queen. Yes.
Yo, I'm trying, man.
Yes, mathematics.
Oh, fuck. So I have like 19 left, and then she just fucking go off. It would be like, I miss you. Why did you leave? Know what? We can talk about this when we talk later. Like,
it just cuts off somewhere randomly.
Yo, yeah. It just ends on like, you know what? Because because she'd be like, okay, I need to make sure that I can see them. Here's the point of the message. We'll do that thing up front. Then we'll say our emotional stuff like later, and then it just gets cut off because she would go off on a whole fucking rant about how much she missed them. So, it just says bork bork at the end.
In addition to your bork bork sending,
yes,
you've told this person where to meet you.
Yes.
How long would you stay there for, knowing
as long as needed? She would stay there as long as possible. Like, I feel really bad, but she would possibly ditch the group to wait. She'd let them go on with their mission, and she would stay there. Because, this boy, it's Kevin. Spoiler. Obviously, it's Kevin. He's been missing for somewhere between, 11 and 8 years, something like that. He's been gone for a long time. So she would fucking hang out. She'd be like, bye, y'all. I'm gonna be here for a bit. hopefully I can find you guys again, and then we'll have Kevin. Kevin can help us with our mission because he's a good boy. So yeah, I feel kind of bad about that, but it's true. It's what she would do.
That's fair.
Yeah.
No shame in admitting it.
Yeah.
So
Very important boy.
Other side question, which I didn't have written out, but I've kind of developed over our conversation here.
Excellent.
Both of your characters come from races which society has, for one reason or another, decided to hunt and or kill, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Does that give you guys an extended level of trust with each other, or has that affected your overall chemistry in any way?
I mean, maybe. I mean, like the entire party, like except Quintus, has that problem to a different degree.
Yeah.
But I feel like because Lexi and Fenris met each other before the rest of the party, I feel like that would have been a thing.
Fenris would
they
die
would bond
for Lexi.
over.
We know this. We know this. Someone talks shit about Lexi. Lord, we had one part where Lexi by accident revealed that she was a Kitsandria.
I'm so dumb, man. Like, fuck. Go on.
Spoiler alert, it was Carrie who did that, not Lexi. But I mean, Fenris was really ready. If they were trying to take her, trying to do something to Lexi's sorry party, but Fenris was gonna Misty step out of there and try to run away with Lexi. No questions asked.
That was such a huge thing for Lexi. Like, one, because she fucked up so bad, which she's so never really done before. Because she's always been by herself and always had her guard up. But now she's like around all of these people who it's the same. They have the same fear that she does. And she lets her guard down around them because she can just speak openly. And then for like a split second when they were around someone that she should have had her fucking guard up around, she let that slip. And then Fenris and Quintus were just so quick to be like, back the fuck off, my dude. Like, it was, it meant so much. Like, she's never had anyone really stand up for her like that before. So, it was a huge, huge moment.
Yeah. So, next question also for Lexi.
Hell yeah.
Do you think Lexi treats Vogan differently than she treats Aristo?
Oh shit! I know what this is.
Why is Vogan unapologetically murdering people okay, but Aristo concealing his identity a cause for concern?
Controversial.
So this is before everything that was revealed in our last game. Because Lexi and Aristo.
Certainly was. This is
we'll take it back again.
Yeah.
Excellent. We'll take it back again. So go back. So before Lexi and Aristo / Raleigh had their conversation, the reason that Lexi didn't trust Aristo the same way that she would Vogan is because Vogan volunteered all of this information, like about his past, about what he did, and he also explained how he chose to change. Like, he saw the bad in himself. And yeah, he had some help from like a master and whatnot, but he wanted to be a better person. When Aristo was telling us all of his stuff, he volunteered it because he was caught. He didn't want to tell us that. And also when she asked, because he explained that he was a Dhampir, she asked, have you ever fed on anyone? And he was like, yes, a long time ago. And then he started talking about the demon that had possessed him and how he was trying to find out all the information that he could about this demon so that he could set the wrong things that had done right. He hadn't said anything about the bad things that he, as Aristo, before getting possessed, that he wanted to repent for. It didn't seem like he wanted to be a better person. He just gotten caught. Like, yeah. So everything just felt like a huge lie. And that's pretty much why.
So for Lexi,
yeah,
you would say that it's a bigger deal to have this level of trust than it is to like break certain taboos. Like, that having that level of trust or not having it would be a much bigger deal to her than, murder.
Yeah, it's very much if you can see the horrible things that you've done and you know that they're bad and you don't want to do them again, she's okay for that. Like, all about becoming a better person, like redemption and all that kind of stuff. She's all for that.
Okay. What if Vogan unapologetically murdered again?
That happens every other game. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, but you know, that's it, he's killing the bad guys. She does call Vogan on his shit. Like, again, in the last game when he was like, I'm just gonna fucking defile this grave. We were all like, maybe you shouldn't.
The
like,
entire party was like, the fuck you will.
Yeah. I feel like if he started doing like horrible fucking things and it wasn't like a benefit to the party, things would rapidly switch. Like, yeah, she would potentially start to see him in a different way and be like, uh-oh, maybe everything he said about wanting to become a better person's a lie. And then he'd probably get the exact same treatment that Aristo got. So, yeah.
So, the other element that I think is kind of interesting overall for your morals, specifically as Lexi, is as a character who must lie to keep herself alive, that level of trust is so important. That and also as someone who was, you know, hunted for sport, it sounds like, or like whatever the method was for like Kitsadria, that like murder isn't as big of a deal. I guess I'm just kind of interested in that overall dynamic for like being a character and with those upbringings.
Yeah. Lexi for a long time saw things as very black and white. So she was under the impression that any lie or bad thing or a thing that could be construed as a bad thing that she was doing was for the greater good. Like, she was a good guy. So if you need to lie or do things that could be bad for a good thing, that's forgivable in her eyes. But she's very much finding out recently that lines are blurred. It's not always the case.
The moment you called us good guys, I was like,
dude, exactly. Like, she's always just been told, like, you have to do this. This is the thing that you have to do. And she's like, cool, I'll go do that then. And she just trusts that it's the thing she's supposed to do. It's the good thing. Because she's a good guy. That's how it is.
Is she? No, I'm kidding.
No, I know. In her mind, like, she's a good guy.
So this is something that I don't know because I haven't seen the most recent episode, much less any episode, to be fair. But like, I haven't seen the whole Aristo thing.
Oh snap!
Assuming and this probably doesn't fit in because I haven't seen it and I don't know the full context for it. But out of curiosity, how would Lexi respond if Aristo told her, in earnest, without lying, that the reason he was doing everything he was doing was for the greater good?
There was kind of a conversation about that. Like, partially. He talked about when he fed, which was a very important thing to Lexi, because in her mind, because he just said a very long time ago when they talked about it, she thought that he was just going around fucking eating people. It turned out that there was only one incident, and it was a huge mistake that he really, really regretted. And that made her think, like, I just jumped to an assumption about him. And it was a huge mistake that he does regret. So maybe he is a better person. And that conversation was really, really important, especially because of everything that happened later. Like, Fred, we were talking about that, just being like, if he hadn't had that conversation with her and then was drowning and Lexi was the only one that could see it, and she just was like, nah.
That would have been a much shorter attempt to make sure he was okay.
But yeah, if it had turned out that in his mind things were for the greater good, she would definitely rethink things. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think one of my last questions here, if not the last one.
Whoa!
Oh my gosh!
That was
what?
so fast.
I know, we fired through all these. Heck and heck. We have
Damn.
better, longer answers. Shit.
Okay, this last one we really need to know.
Okay.
Gotta go ham. Here we go.
All right.
Gotta go ham.
Your character is for both of you. Your
Oh,
character is
no.
granted a wish spell. What do they wish for?
Oh no!
Every single strawberry. No. Oh no, this is such a bad thing.
I feel like as much as she wants Kevin back, she would think that wishing for amnesis to be cured would be the better thing to do.
Meanwhile, Fenris would be like, "Do you want to wish for Kevin to be here?"
You're right.
That's the level of love they're on, and the way that they love each other. It's very like, well, it's my wish, and I'd rather you be happy.
Yeah, but like her finding Kevin is like one person, and it's a completely selfish thing. Like amnesis is a big fucking deal.
It's very
true. Oof. Oh,
I just
we
don't
can
know
also just wish for Murkwire to be dead. What do we do?
I think amnesis would probably be the thing that they all consensus-wise would come to.
Yeah. Like who is granted this wish?
Let's just assume it's from like a luck blade. That it's like a neutral entity. It's not like a genie or like a demon. Like it's not necessarily trying to screw you over. There might be like bigger repercussions for it on like a universal level. Like, if you remove something from existence or you ask for someone to die, there might still be consequences for that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like a monkey's paw wish.
Yeah. Okay.
Intending to screw you over.
Okay. Because so if Lexi found that, she would very much be like, guys, what do we wish for? Like it would be let's take a vote kind of situation. Yeah.
Yeah. God, I was just writing about this on my Twitter.
Yeah.
Because of that whole
the 30 question thing. Yeah.
What Fenris's goals are, and a lot of her like main focus goals are other people's problems. Aww. Like finding Winchester, bringing back Aristo.
Fucking Quintus just grabs the blade and is like, I want my horse! Like, that's it. We've ruined our wish.
Freaking helping find Kevin. Like, that would be such a hard thing for Fenris, because I think she's pretty sure that the cure for amnesis could be found natural ways.
Dude,
natural within magic.
Exact same thing, like about the finding of Kevin, where it's like it's one person, and it's like as awful as it is, she can't find him. She can still continue looking for him, and will probably eventually find him. Whereas finding a cure for exactly, people are dying, and it's proving to be really fucking difficult to find any kind of cure.
Yeah, and it's
so
terrible.
I feel like
it's terrible. Yeah. It's contagious as all heck.
Mm-hmm.
What a terrifying incidental monkey's paw it would be if you wished for Kevin to be where you are and he had amnesis.
Oh my god, Chase, shut up!
Don't do that to her. We're already worried about Jerky the giant cat.
Chase, we had a tiger, and then it helped us fight a bunch of like fucking Zombo amnesis boys, and like, he got blood on him, and we're pretty sure he has amnesis.
Yeah, Logan was very vague about it, but I think we got the implications.
Yeah, it's very upsetting.
You gotta get a speak with animals ready to see if he's acting strangely.
Oh no!
Damn, and none of us are a ranger.
It's true.
If only Devin were here.
Oh, Devin!
Devin! Okay, last question then. I think
oh my god,
we're at the 50-minute mark probably after this area. I've had a timer going, so
okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not at all and 10 being perfectly, how would your character as is fit into your favorite Disney movie?
I don't don't have a favorite Disney movie. This is a problem.
Mine is Beauty and the Beast, so I'd probably be killed.
Not at all. Hey, Aurora, I think you should wake up. Although Lexi as the prince would be really cute.
Yo, Gaston's like, we gotta kill her.
Gaston?
No, dude, Lexi's the prince, like the fucking beast, so Gaston's trying to kill her.
Do you mean Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah,
is that what you said?
Yes.
I heard Sleeping
What
Beauty.
you?
What the hell's wrong with me? My brain had a stroke.
Nah, although that does have the best Disney prince. Philip fucking went to town, man. Like, he cared. He cared a lot.
Yeah. I would
But yeah,
say
Beauty and the Beast is my favorite.
not at all. If we're assuming it's Disney movie with Disney princess movie.
You gotta
Especially-
pick one. You gotta pick one, Brad. You gotta say
Frick.
was
My
the
Little,
one-
Little Mermaid, no.
Yeah, My Little Mermaid.
Leave me alone. The Little Mermaid, no.
Is that like
that
the
would
one you watched?
absolutely be a one. Can your character breathe water?
No.
Just
I mean, in
instantly.
D&D, she can stay underwater for like 20 rounds, but like, that's
Yeah.
every character.
Yeah, I can did it, boy. Oh,
Big oof.
so
Only one of
fun.
us drowned, so.
Oh my
Does
god.
that make her so Eric? I hate that. Never mind.
So
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
okay, on a scale then, like
Mhm.
fucking one being not at all. It's fucking it's real hard because like Lexi can make herself look like a normal person, but then as soon as that village starts being like, we gotta go kill the beast, she'd be like, I don't think we do, and then it'd be real bad.
The
She's
one-
villager number 5, like, I don't know if we need to be killing people. Genocide's not cool, you guys.
Can we go back to singing about that Gaston guy in his tavern? Like that was a good time.
Listen, I don't know if eating 12 dozen eggs a day qualifies this man to pursue a monster on a beast hunt. I'm starting to question his credentials.
And also, I'm not so sure about this use of monster. I mean, he's just got fur, don't we
Yeah.
all? Sure.
Don't we all? Oh my god.
Oh, Lexi.
So yeah, like
I
a
feel like
3.
that's a 10. That's a 10 in my heart.
Fits in seamlessly.
Mm.
Does that mean that Fenris is the best?
Practically in the
That'd be
movie.
incredible.
Oh, that's so cute. I love it.
Oh,
But I
Okay.
think not for Fenris.
Yeah.
Probably not at all.
Heck yeah.
I think that just about wraps up today's episode.
Oh my god, we did it, you guys. We did the first ever Chat19. Oh.
Chat19.com. Woo!
It's all downhill from here.
Oh no.
We've already talked to all the beautiful ladies.
Anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in. If you have questions for future people on this show, go on to Twitter and ask those questions under
Yay.
hashtag Chat19.
Dude,
And not
I'm not
hashtag
sure.
Chat19
I'm not sure who's
because there
going to
could
be.
be there could be a very very
Dico and
confused
Aaron.
restaurant in New York.
Deco and Aaron? Cool. Yeah, I think Deco and Aaron are next. So questions for Miriam and Quintus. Heck
Yes.
Yeah.
Let us know all your favorite questions, and I'll try to host every episode with the goal to make someone cry.
Oh,
Oh.
it was real close.
I was
You were
real
double-
close on bread today. It was
I was gonna say.
it was
That
right
was
up
so
the
deep
in the
edge, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, that was way deeper than I ever thought. That was some
Haha.
self-discovery.
But oh, it was so good.
But thank you everybody so much. Thank you,
Yeah,
Carrie and
thank
Brett, for
you.
coming by. Thanks.
Oh,
for,
thank you for being an incredible host.
Such a good host, Chase. Oh,
Thank you. But yeah,
Yeah.
tweet us your questions. Yell at
Do it.
us.
yeah.
And
do
we
it.
will see you guys next time on Chat19.
Goodbye,